In just 20 days, Californians will head to the polls to decide a ballot measure on whether to move forward with redrawing our state's congressional lines. Good evening, I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Steffi Roche in for Carlo tonight. Prop 50 could make it easier for Democrats to flip as many as 5 seats, but Republicans are working hard to defeat it.
CBS 8's Richard Allen joins us now. And Richard, it looks like it's shaping up to be a really uphill battle for the opponents of Prop 50.
The opponents, that's right, you guys. Now, the latest polls are showing that supporters of Prop 50 have the edge. One statewide poll by the research firm Coefficient indicates that 54% of California voters are in favor of Prop 50, with 36% opposed and 10% undecided. But with under 3 weeks to go, those opponents are working hard to try to turn those numbers around.
This is about bad politicians who've done a bad job in California who don't want to face the voters in a fair fight. That's what Prop 50 is about.
Wednesday night, a room packed with Prop 50 opponents gathering in Oceanside to hear Republican Assembly member Carl DeMaio.
Voters should be the ones to decide, not the politicians.
DeMaio from San Diego is now touring the state, working to try to get out the no vote. He calls California's current system of drawing congressional lines through the Citizens Redistricting Commission the gold standard of fair elections.
Why would we want to give up the gold standard just because some people are upset with Texas or Trump or whatnot? You're cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Governor Gavin Newsom proposed Prop 50 after the Trump administration put pressure on lawmakers in Texas to redraw congressional lines there to turn 5 Democratic seats into Republican-leading districts in advance of next year's midterm elections.
It's going to take 50.1% of the California voters to say yes on Proposition 50, and I strongly encourage them to do so.
Democrat Assemblymember Chris Ward, also from San Diego, says that since early mail-in voting began last week, Californians appear to be engaged, especially for a special election which traditionally attracts fewer voters.
So far, the first week's trackers show that we actually are having return rates that are consistent with an almost close to a presidential election.
Ward says that Prop 50 would help ensure fairness in the outcome of the upcoming congressional midterms.
That's what the goal is here, because California really stands to suffer if we don't have anything unchecked for next 3 years. At least with the fair midterms coming up in 2026, we want a shot at being able to retain the gavel.
Some recent polls indicate that turnout by California's Hispanic voters could possibly help decide the fate of 50.
I think that especially young Chicano men are turning to the Republican Party and a conservative view of what they want America's future to be. So yeah, I think that we will do our part.
And while polls currently indicate that Prop 50 is on track to pass with a majority of voters, DeMaio says there is still time before Election Day.
I consider this still a winnable race. We're behind, but we can make up the ground.
And polls aside, what really matters is who actually casts a ballot. Voter turnout. Now, those mail-in ballots have already been sent out. And as Assemblymember Chris Ward mentioned, at least in the first week, it appears that so far, Californians seem to be taking the time to vote on this.
Pretty easy to mail that ballot in. I know I did
I
that
did too.
and got the confirmation email. Do we have any indication of what voter turnout overall could be for the special election?
Well, it's hard to tell. Traditionally, in these single-issue special elections like this one, voter turnout traditionally is on the low end, but that's not always the case. Back in 2021, we had a special election to recall Governor Newsom. Now, that special election, single issue, had a 58% voter turnout, remarkably high. Who knows whether or not this one will attract that many voters, though.
Wow. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, a lot literally on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot nationwide.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Richard.
Thank you.